A winter storm that lived up to its hype. And guess what? There's another one on the way. Good evening. Round 3 of this wave of winter storms is still delivering. It's been hitting Gallup all day long. Now state police are worried about I-40. News 13's Amanda Goodman is live in Gallup with the latest.
Well, Dick, after a brief break in the snow, you can see that it has started falling here once again, and the wind is now actually blowing pretty hard. It's blowing me over, and that is a concern for drivers. The interstate itself is looking pretty good right around here. The roads are clear and just a bit wet, but state police say drivers need to be careful out there because of the wind. It's blowing snow, making it tough to see in some spots on I-40. Now, if you're trying to head west on the 40 out of Gallup, you won't get too far past here. In fact, westbound 40 is still closed in Holbrook, Arizona, and state police say it will stay that way until at least noon tomorrow. Now, no major accidents have been reported in the Gallup area, and state police want to make sure that it stays that way. So if you're driving, be careful out there. Dick, back to you.
Thank you, Amanda. Early estimates show Gallup has received between 3 and 7 inches of snow since early today. Meteorologist Mark Ronchetti is continuing to track this storm. And another that's on the way. Mark.
Yeah, Dick, actually we have 2 more on the way now. One coming up for tomorrow to round out this whole deal, and it will actually end up being a 4-part storm for us. The last piece tomorrow maybe not as beefy as some of the other pieces, but still we're going to keep the snow showers going here on and off. So the nature of the precipitation will change. We'll go away from those big blobs of moisture and the consistent precip to more of the showery type of precip, but it's going to be a little colder, so it's going to be a little easier to pile up at least some light to moderate amounts of snow. We still have winter storm warnings all across the west and through the north to include Santa Fe, the Sangre de Cristos, Northwest Plateau, and down into the Gila as well. We also have gusty winds across southern New Mexico, and you can see that rain sliding up from the south throughout southern portions of the state. We've had a few bands of precip here in the Albuquerque area over the past couple of hours, and we're seeing more of that work its way towards Santa Rosa, up through Las Vegas, and up around Taos in the Moreno Valley. We are pushing some more snow showers in, so that's the way things are going to go for us here over the next day or so. Snow showers, but still a little colder. So, Dick, we will pile up a little bit more snow, 2 to 3 inches in some favored areas, maybe as much as 3 to 6 on some of those ridge tops, and then we get a break for a little while. Details coming up.
All right, Mark, in Durango, where Mark did all of that memorable live reporting and dodged so many snowballs yesterday, the snow is easing up, but the storm delivered at least 14 inches there. And unfortunately for many drivers, all 14 were sitting right on top of their cars when they came out this morning. In Santa Fe, the snow was not nearly as deep, but for several hours this morning and again this evening, it was falling pretty hard. It looks like the capital city got another 2 to 3 inches, but city crews up there were nimble, plowing and salting the roads, and there were only a few accidents. One part of New Mexico is getting a lot more snow than usual this winter, and now they're running out of money to deal with it. Lincoln County has already spent 10 times more on road salt this winter than it did all last winter, and is spending way more on overtime to keep the roads safe. News 13's Jeff Todd reports.
Like a lot of places around the state, the plows were out in full force today in the Sacramento Mountains. But just a few weeks into the new year, Lincoln County has already burned through its budget to buy salt for the roads.
Last year we used about $3,000 or $4,000 for the whole year. This year, about the 4th snowfall, we extinguished that budget, and our county manager said just keep it trucking. We'll get the money somewhere.
Unlike trucks run by the state, which spread a mix of salt and cinder, Lincoln County's roads get treated with 1/4-inch salt rock, which comes from a pit near Carlsbad. The county has already spent about $30,000 on salt this winter.
We've probably went through about 16 semi-loads of salt. It's a necessity. We need to have salt, or else we're not going to be able to do our job.
The costs don't end there. Plow drivers racked up around 350 hours of overtime in December alone.
We usually average about 80 to 120. Most of the time it hits on the weekends.
How's the overtime been so far this year?
It's been real good this year, but we hadn't had snow like this.
Chris Olson has been driving plows in Lincoln County for 4 years. He says he's never seen a winter like this.
What's it like driving around today?
Slick, very slick. I wish everybody would go home.
And get off the road so he can clear it and spread the salt. Hernandez says that if storms like this keep up through March and April, he could easily spend another $20,000 on just salt. In Alto, Jeff Todd, KRQE News 13.
Lincoln County officials are not sure where they will get the money for more overtime and more salt, but they say they will do what they have to do to keep the roads open and safe. The weather forced Southwest Airlines to cancel 14 flights in and out of the Albuquerque Sunport overnight, and this morning that is pretty much settled down now. Southwest says all flights after 4 this afternoon are back on schedule. KRQE News 13 and KRQE.com will stay on top of the storm story until it's not a problem anymore, and also don't forget, you can upload your weather photos to the website too, and what do you know, you might see them on the air.